The cost of the Iran nuclear deal piling up literally. The International Nuclear Watchdog group now saying it will need tens of millions of dollars to enforce it. And Charlie says, guess who's going to have to pay for it? We are.
Listen, every Democrat from New York, almost every Democrat is against this deal. This deal looks increasingly suspicious. I don't have a problem sort of in a sort of theoretical sense, engaging with the Iranians. It's a very secular country, aside from the minority of the mullahs who run it, But it is the mullahs. And here's the thing that I have a problem with. This is the Obama administration. Can you trust the Obama administration to make sure a deal gets enforced right? And now we hear that the U.S. taxpayer, $10 million is not a lot of money in the scheme of things of our budget. $18 trillion economy, but
But Katie,
there's the thought that counts here.
It's the symbol of the money that we're paying into a bad deal with a country that you cannot trust.
Well, and to Charlie's point, the president, when he announced this deal, specifically said this deal is not based on trust, it's based on verification. And as we go through the deal and look at the details, it's actually the exact opposite of what the president says. It's all based on trust and not based on verification. The Iranians are going to be doing their own sampling. We're not going to have 24/7 inspections as we were promised earlier this year by the White House. And by all accounts, Americans who are going to pay for this, the majority of them are against the deal. We had
58% are against the deal.
Earlier this week, we had 200 admirals and generals sending a letter directly to President Obama saying this is a bad deal. You had just a couple of weeks ago veterans against the deal coming out with these really powerful advertisements showing American soldiers who were over in Iraq who were blown up or killed by Iranian bombs. So the verdict is in on the deal. It's a bad one, and now people are going to be paying for it with their wallet.
Ben, does it disgust you that we're having to pay into this?
Obama, in terms of the Iran deal, disgusts me, frightens me, terrifies me. There's no reason for us to be in on the deal. The $10.3 million, as Charlie so rightly said, is a drop in the bucket. The real cost is going to be when the first nuclear bomb, God forbid, falls on Tel Aviv. That's going to be the real cost. God help us with this deal.
And it's very clear that Iran is calling the shots in all of this. Just in the last few days, Iran warned the International Nuclear Watchdog that it was not allowed to detail the probe into its previous nuclear work. It would not accept any leaks. So don't accept it, and then maybe this deal will fall apart, Adam.
Well, we don't have time to discuss why I disagree with almost every scurrilous statement that the rest of you have made about this. Obviously, $10 million.
Anything, Adam? Come on.
$10 million. You haven't yet. $10 million is nothing to pay for something that is going to work. If it's going to work, I personally am glad that I'm still talking, but the founding fathers set up a system that didn't take into account if what 58% of the American people said in a poll.
How do you know it's going to work?
We'll go through Congress on this,
and
Congress will decide whether or not
it's not going to make it through Congress.
You don't know that it won't.
The one question I have,
and
maybe you have to stop talking over each other.
We can't gamble. These are atomic bombs. We can't gamble about atomic bombs in the hands of a country like Iran. We can't hope that it works. If it doesn't work, it's death for millions, tens of millions.
I would argue.
Sir, it's more than an opinion. Sir, it's more than an opinion.
No, it's just
this
your opinion,
is life or death
it is
for a very, very
your
important country. No, it is not. This is being verified by scientists, generals, admirals.
I'll tell you, here's the big point, guys. We already fund 25% of the IAEA's budget. They want another $10 million today. They might want another $10 million tomorrow, the next day, the day after. We can't send Americans to the inspections. We can't even be there when they take the freaking photographs of the enrichment, so to speak, or the non-enrichment. It's a total. This is a terrible deal. It's not going to be enforced right. And we're saying, oh, yeah, let's just get it through Congress. So Iran's happy with us because we're going to go over and make a deal with them.
The question I have for liberals like Adam is, why are you willing to roll the dice with Israel?
Exactly.
If there's one country we need to protect, one country that has our back on everything, it's them, and we're rolling the dice with them?
God bless you, Charlie.
That's a good saying.
And are you interested in hearing the answer?
Yes, please.
Briefly.
Because there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity to give diplomacy a chance and to try to have a peaceful situation.
Adam,
we will go to war if we have to.
This deal.
Wait, let me say one thing.
No,
Diplomacy is when all parties come to the table and everything is on that very table. Half of part of this was done in secret with Iran and the UN's International Nuclear Watchdog. So we don't know what is really going on with much of this deal. They are giving Iran the cards, Adam. We have no control as a people in this country because it was not done as a treaty.
Iran is still shouting death to Israel, death to America, as they're continuing work on nuclear enrichment.
Right,
and funding other terrorist organizations.
And funding other terrorist organizations, and they're going to have more money to do that very thing. That's the final word. Meantime,
I guess you don't like it, Dagan.
Coming up, Adam and everyone. Republican governors drawing a line in the sand over White House plans to transfer Gitmo detainees to the homeland. Who's got it right?